Dear Princess Sunbutt, Letter 17.1. Hey, Tia, I don't know if you told Twi something weird, but she's trying to convince me to swap bodies with her every other Tuesday from 3 to 4:30. Should I be worried? I kind of want to agree just to see what happens. Love, Anon. From Tia, RE Letter 17.1.
Dear Anon, while I'm certain you might find the physique of my student fitting, if you really gave it a chance, I am even more certain that you would find such an appointment would lead to a very interesting conversation. That would be between yourself, Princess Miyamori Cadenza, Shining Armor, and or possibly a licensed therapist expecting the eccentricities of my pupil. Therefore, I authorize such only once, and I am to be notified in advance so that I may observe. Penned by Her Royal Highness Celestia. P.S. I do not know what you did, I do not want to know what you did, and I forbid you from publicizing it. But Discord says hello and asks if you are still on the market for Amerifriend. I wash my hopes of this in perpetuity.
Letter 18.
Dear Princess Permaboomer, today, I learned that you shouldn't blindly trust old people when it comes to new technology. I already knew this, but I wanted an excuse to tell you about the bullshit I just had to deal with. The iFarm household got a new oven because Applebee's touched the old one and it exploded. The new one has a built-in timer with a buzzer for when the time hits 0. Granny Smithsonian in her centuries of wisdom said the buzzing meant something was wrong, so no matter who talked to her, she was convinced that she was right because she had to work with ovens longer than most of us have been alive. The worst part is that Apple Hat sided with her because Granny's older, so she's more experienced. Now, I'm pretty stupid, but even I'm not that stupid. She fixed it with a hammer until the noise stopped, and the rest of it also stopped, so they're buying another new oven. Apple Hat admitted she should have listened to her friends, but we all know she'll still believe the moon is made of cheese if Granny says so. Your pro-eugenics advocate, Twist and Shout.
Oh, by the way, you should have been there. AJ held the hammer in her mouth, so whenever she missed, she smashed her face against the oven. She missed a lot. It was some of the funniest shit I'd ever seen. Love, Anon. From Her Royal Highness Permaboomer, RE Letter 18.
To my most faithful student, Twilight Sparkle, contrary to my last missive, I suppose you managed to find an example of misplaced trust. I would warn you that perhaps an old mare is not the... My dear sister sometimes... Look, it happens to the best of us, my little pony. You should see Luna the first time she saw a microwave. Your loving mentor, Princess Celestia. P.S. There are numerous benefits of opposable digits or telekinesis. Yes, Anon.
Letter 19.
Dear Princess outranked by a literal bug. Today, I learned that not everything has to be sexual. Flutterhush invited me over to tea because she wanted to show me something private. I came as fast as I could, then ran out of her cottage, but all she actually wanted was my opinion on a book that she was writing. It sucked fat tits, but I wanted to suck hers, so I said it had potential. She's now rambling about how inadequate she sometimes feels, so I'm writing this to pretend like I'm still listening. Blah 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 blah, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Anti-disabilitarianism and disabled, and I had to look up how to spell that one. She's still going? Wow, this might take a while. I'll just scribble up in the corner until she's done. Your blue beans basket case, Thoughtlight Stalker.
27 minutes. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she might have issues. Love, Anon. From Her Royal Highness, not Queen, RE Letter 19.
To my faithful student Twilight Sparkle, sometimes it can be truly difficult to communicate what is nearest and dearest to our hearts, and it can be very frightening to expose those feelings to others. This does not make you a bad pony, and you're becoming a better pony day to day, and there are so many ponies happy to help you every step of the way. All you have to ever do is ask. That said, my faithful student, I implore you to remember lessons about trust and consent, and those talks Cadence made sure to give you. Speaking of Cadence, if you should ever need advice about a very special sun pony in the future, be sure you ask her before your brother. I'm told he was somewhat oblivious for a while. Your loving mentor, Princess Celestia. Dear Anon, while I'm certain your insights are not entirely inaccurate, I have a difficult time believing that you would inflict such mortification upon Fluttershy, should these missives ever see general circulation, and further, we are at least trying to help Twilight. Perhaps I should forward those magazines to her as well. Penned by Her Royal Highness Celestia. Dear Cadence, nope. You are the Princess of Love, and that means love-making is your problem. I am not giving my student relationship advice after last time. You're not involved, but still loving Aunt Celestia.
Letter 20.
Hi, Princess Celestia. Twilight said that this candle can send letters like Spike, so I'm writing to tell you that I think you're great. I am a big fan of the sun. It's always so nice and warm. And you have a really pretty mane. I just wish that mine could move around like that. It would make my bedhead way easier to deal with. Tell Princess Luna that she's great too. She's so nice, even if she's usually serious. Nani likes her a lot. He's always saying that she's the perfect big titty goth GF with a titty down south. I don't really get it, but he was smiling, so it must have been a compliment. Also, please don't tell Twilight I sent this. She said the candle is for important stuffs only, but you're always so important to me. Lots of love, Pinkie Pie. P.S. Gummy says hi.
From Princess Celestia to Pinkamena Diane Pie.
Dear Pinkie Pie, don't worry, it'll be our little secret. Thank you so much for a kind and warm letter. It's always nice to know that my little ponies are happy, or that my sister and I are appreciated. I am also pleased to hear that you appear to be getting along well with Anon. I hope he is settling in alright. Feel free to send messages to myself or my sister anytime, though you may get in less trouble if you had just given it to the postmaster to deliver. Your friends, Princess Celestia. Dear Nani, I have forwarded your true feelings about my sister on behalf of Pinkie Pie, and I took the liberty to photograph her reaction, which is included herein. Good luck with your goth GF, Nani. Penned by a highly amused Her Royal Highness Celestia. P.S. Did you know Luna still keeps her Warhammer polished?
Letter 20.1. Sally, whatever Pinkie said, it's not my fault. It was dark, and I had been drinking. That pic is adorable, by the way. Definitely going up on the board. Did you know that Luna keeps her Warhammer polished? I mean, not gonna lie, that's kinda hot. Also, it sounds like you're jealous you'll never have your own BTGGF. WTDDS. And do you actually show these to her? I thought you just passed the message in your own words. That kinda makes things a little awkward. She's still my favorite, though. Love Anon. And P.S. Twilight thinks I'm writing my own friendship report right now, so if she asks, just tell her I learned about not talking over people or something, I don't know. From Tia, RE Letter 20.1.
Dear Nani, my sister is many things, but she's steadfastly refusing to admit she's adorable. And admittedly, that only exasperates the problem. As for jealousy, well, I've been on both sides of that fence at one point, but I do have to say I enjoy being the goth-mare friend in the relationship, though no stallion was brave enough to make the attempt. Plenty ogled, but that's a story for another time, I share every single friendship lesson with Luna to help her reacclimate to spend some quality time, and to share a laugh. I have taken to showing her our correspondence as well, and she has a rather adorable shade of unripe purple blueberry right now. Yes, right now, as I'm writing, 'tis lies in calumny, slander, I say. I apologize about that, my sister took exception, though she was pleased about being the favorite. In the interest of not having more ink splattered onto the page, I shall end it here. Pens by Her Royal Highness Celestia. And Her Royal Highness Luna. P.S. Anon, while your retraction to me is flattering, I do wonder if it is merely appreciation of my physique, or something actually worthy of note. Luna.
Letter 21.
Dear Princess Sunspot, today I'm pretending to have learned that emotionally manipulating people is bad. I'm still gonna do it, but I'll be more careful so I don't get caught in the future. You're a moral husk, Stinky Twinkie.
It's mere Spike 90% of the time. I don't know if it's because we're the only boys she hangs out with or it's because we're not ponies. Either way, I'm glad Spike called her out on it. The little guy's growing up so fast, if he's already got his own bullshit detector. Love Anon. From Her Royal Highness Sunspot, RE Letter 21.
To my faithful student Twilight Sparkle, I'm proud of you for learning the difference between convincing arguments and simple emotional blackmail. You would be rather surprised at how many ponies go their entire lives without understanding the distinction between making some pony want to do something for you and making some pony feel as though they must if they aren't a bad pony. Remember that conversation that we had the other week about ponies being an ends to themselves, rather than a means to an end? Your loving mentor, Princess Celestia. Dear Anon, Spike may be just a baby dragon, but he's more world-wise than I would like to admit. Then again, he is a well-adjusted, emotionally healthy, friendly adolescent, and was more or less raised by Twilight. I may have taken care of him at first, but Twilight did a step up at some points. I really have no idea how it happened either. Penned by Her Royal Highness Celestia.
Letter 22.
Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned that exploring your options is not an invitation to probe said options while they sleep. Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle.
Her exact words. Aren't you proud of me for doing my job right for once? Love Anon. From Her Royal Highness Celestia, RE Letter 22.
To my faithful student, Twilight Sparkle. Twilight, you are a bright and talented young mare, and I know that your heart is in the right place. With that have being said, I am including, in full, a book on pony ethics you are to read. You will be quizzed during your next visit. Your loving mentor, Princess Celestia. Dear Anon, I'm starting to question whether or not it was wise, elements or no elements, to send Twilight to Ponyville without an older minder. Spike can only do so much. Penned by Her Royal Highness Celestia.